Hey, I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to consider remembering. Yesterday we talked about forgetting, so it feels quite apt that we talk about remembering directly afterwards, don't you think? I specifically talked yesterday about forgetting as something that we potentially do on purpose. And Jovan, interestingly enough, shared some wisdom that's been resonating with me, is that maybe we forget so that we can remember again. All right? You ever think about it like that? And I have been. I have been thinking about it like that. But I've also been thinking about the other side of remembering, and that is the remembering of you by someone else. Huh, Sam? We straight up gonna talk about remembering on a Monday? Is it bad to talk on Monday about remember? Did I miss some context, some cultural norms? Uh, I want to talk more about the fact that other people remember you. All right, that's the thing that I want to kind of like touch on today. I recently, as I was working, was watching a show called Long Story Short, and I probably missed a bunch because I wasn't looking while watching it. But it's long story short, it's like a long story that is basically in 10 episodes. And it follows, this family, and it follows them as kids, and it follows them growing up, follows them getting married and getting divorced, follows them having kids of their own. The full shebang, essentially, right? Like the full spectrum of things. And there's so many instances in that show that made me kind of aware, of the fact that people remember me. People remember you one way or another. And I have, for the most part, been pretty obsessed with how it is people remember me. But I don't know if that obsession has served me or has changed the way that people remember me. So we're going to have the conversation. We're going to talk about it a little bit. You can let me know. Hey, Joe, had to run into the office this morning, but worky lurk lovin's to you, beautiful beings. Some of the friends are like, oh, yeah, it's Monday, Jovan. Of course, you have to be in the office this morning. No, in fact, Joe usually gets Mondays to herself. She still has to do work, if we're gonna say it like that, but she gets to do that work on her own time, on Mondays at the very least. Maybe there's something that needs her physical attention, like some sort of poster that needs to be printed or something. There's always something. Sending her blessings. Oh no. As I open my tablet, I see yesterday's flowers. Yesterday's flowers got made, all right, but I never posted them. And I'm noticing just now of that fact. Alas. There's two wolves inside me. There's the wolf that knows that I'm here for this reason, to be here with you friends right now. And then there's the wolf of me that wants to get it done. It's how apt that I forgot to write my forget poem and forgot to post my forget flower yesterday on the topic of forgetting. Yes, intentional. I am actually artist. Actually, that's what happened. I'm actually just very artistic, and I totally didn't forget. No, not me. I would never. Other people, surely, but not me. It's killing me. It's killing my fucking soul. I'm like, like I feel like it's the second time this month that I've like missed one as well. Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. That is nice. I don't want to remember shit today. I just want to get by, man. Like today is not about remembering stuff as much as it's about thinking about how it is we are remembered. Right? And maybe you can remember some things in thinking about that, but it's more almost to echo on Moon Knight sentiments, more about what is our future going to look like. If people remember me in a certain way right now, how will they remember me in the future? Right? That is what we're talking about specifically. And I had like some inner dialogue going on today, you know. Uh, as some of you friends know, I've been publishing work on a new platform, and we've been garnering support. However, when I just started, I had a lot more support than I have currently. And I still have support, full disclosure. But in the meantime, when the platform kind of exploded, right, and the underlying token asset that went alongside it, when it exploded, there was this incentive, continues to be this incentive for people to actually try and, get what they can get from the system, right? So they try and steal as much as they can. Pathway Readings USA, hi. Hello and good morning. What country are you in? I'm in Africa. Somewhere in South Africa, far, far away from Americas. You're probably from USA since your name says so. Bless you, friend. Right? Okay, bye. Well, that was nice. Thank you for asking. Get your bingo. Get your bingo, Sam. You have to get your bingo. Uh, Getting remembered. Oh, yeah. I remember what I wanted to say. So I post on this platform, and then the platform, gained more value. And then my portfolio gains more value alongside the platform because these assets are interlinked. And then, because it is clear that my work is getting support, uh, other people that do not care for my work, only care for the money that they can extract from it, right, was attracted, let's call them. The way that I articulated to myself is that I am making flowers, right? And flowers smell nice. And bees can be they're pestering. Bees can be very pestering, and they can sting as well. But they still drop like micro droplets of pollen on flowers, helping them get pollinated as such, right? So, with that context being shared, there are these individuals who literally, as fast as they can, hey Vidal, as fast as they can, literally as fast as they can, they buy my work. And then when someone else buys my work, they sell my work for a profit, right? It's not a lot of profit. It's like they're making like $1, maybe if they're lucky, they're making $2, but they're fucking taking the $2 from my people, right? There are people that want to throw $2 at me, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, I would like those $2," right? And I'm like, "Motherfucker!" And I was getting pissed. I was. You'll know. I was getting pissed. But I didn't know what to do about it other than to play their game better than they do, right? So I post my own work. I buy my own work before anyone else can. Then these assholes buy my work as well, and then I take their money from them. That's literally what happened yesterday. I felt so good, like so satisfying because because you can see everything's on chain, right? So you can see the activity. You can see exactly when someone buys something. You can see the exact dollar amount. You can see that stuff, right? It's on chain. And then you watch these oaks, right? And then they change their names as often as they can because they're getting reported by everybody and their mom. And they don't want to be noticed, when they keep doing their skeevy shit. But you see them, right? Buying my work, and then the people that actually like my work buy my work, and then they sell their liquidity essentially from underneath them, right? And then the portfolio value of my art drops as well, respectively, to the amount of liquidity that they drew, right? And I was like, I'm losing my mind, these fuckers. And then yesterday, I post something. I managed to be the first one in line to actually buy my own tokens. I buy my own tokens. I see these assholes buy my token to try and like, take me for a ride. And then after they bought my token, I sold the tokens that I had bought myself, taking the money from them. And I'm still so stoked about it. Like this like mm, genuine joy, genuine, genuine joy. Like I made like $1.20. I'm not even joking. It was literally like $1.20. But that $1.20 was the most satisfying $1.20 that I've ever earned in my life. And then again, you can see, right, the on-chain transaction history of them actually selling, right? And then you can watch these oaks, these names that used to come to your, like, it's like, part of me is losing my mind. I'm gonna calm down. It's like having someone walk into, like, maybe there's someone is busking, right? Someone's busking next to the road, and they were the first one to put like a tip, inside your little guitar box. And then they walk on their ace. And then they come back around. And then in the meanwhile, some other people put tips in your box. Right? And then they reach into your guitar box and they grab like a handful of notes. It's like, yeah, they dropped a coin in your box the other time, but now they're gonna grab this handful of notes because they're entitled to it, puts it in their pocket, walks away with it. Right? That's how it feels. That's how it feels experientially as an artist. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. And then I took those Oaks monies, right? And then someone, I don't know if it's one of them or if it's just like some other bystander, but I comment on my post. I'm like, fuck yeah, I just successfully mini Borugeth the people that have been mini Borugething me. Right? And it felt good. Again, it was like $1.20. Fucking so stoked about that $1.20. And then I posted my comment section. I've successfully so and so. These oaks tried to get the best of me. I got the best of them. Right? Publish comment. One of the oaks that has been stealing my work comments, I wrote the bot, like something like that. It's like I made a bot, where it's like he made this bot to buy my work as fast as it can and then to sell my work at a profit when it can. All right. And I'm like, oh, good. I reply, good. Teach it how to give me more of your money, I say. Teach your robot to throw as much money at me as it can, and then I'm going to take your robot's money. I will. Happily, with a big old smile on my face. Like, hey, you're so stoked. And then some other person comments something in the line of, are you selfish, manana? Like something in the lines of, why do you have a problem with these people taking money from you if you just took money from them? Right? And it's like this brain dead, two brain cells rubbing together take of like, oh, why do I, as an artist, have a problem with people stealing my work from me? Oh, yeah, I must have like dropped on my head or something to want that. Remembering, right? But that's where I'm trying to get at. You're like, why is Mel telling us about this? The blockchain remembers, and a part of me worries that I'll be seen as rude or uh, abrasive. Yeah, yeah, it can be pretty abrasive. You're trying to steal from my people, I'll abrase. Don't you worry. Check out my guy getting his jollies from someone out of a petty amount of money. Jovan, this boy might be ready for life here when we talk. Sam, you don't know me. I am a creature. I am maximum Bokrakieth. Like the willingness I have to do what it takes. I don't even know the extremes, but I am willing to do what it takes. And like this is the other part of it as well, is right. Like I do think those bots have memory because guess what? Today, when I posted some work, they were nowhere to be found. How about that? Isn't that wow? Isn't that amazing? I successfully stole money from robots, or maybe it was real people. If it was real people, good. Fuck, fucking assholes. Because you can go and check those profiles as well. You can see on chain. That's literally what they do. Every single person that has a following, they buy their work as fast as they can. And then after they've bought their work as fast as they can, they sell out the people that support their works afterwards, right? And I kind of just like this fucking creature. I want it to be a robot so I can feel, what's the word, detached. But if it's a person, right, then it brings me deep joy to imagine taking $1 from. It's like pickpocketing the pickpocket. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting, Sam. It's like I watch someone scaling through the streets, pickpocketing people, and then I stalk the pickpocketer, and then I pickpocket cash out of their pocket. All right. I don't know why it makes me so stoked, but yeah, fuck you, Sam. Check out my guy getting his jollies from funds out of a bread amount of money. again, again, that was happening to me first, Sam. And what I was supposed to do? Just lay down, be like, oh yeah, just take, whatever you want, you just have. Yes, I am literally pouring my soul. That's the part of me that's like remembering. That's the part of me that's been reminiscing slash ruminating. That's the right word in my mind. Because of this person who like brings the take of like, oh yeah, why do you want to profit from your own work? Like that was kind of the take he was giving. Part of me wants to see if I can find it. I do think I should be able to access Zora from here. I'm still tripping out about the fact that my flower wasn't posted last night. This thing it's gonna be ready any second. Let's see. Melt. MeltMore. Ah, I am to lose my mind, am I? I am to go crazy. I'm to go absolutely insane. Why would you not work? When I click button, I expect button to press button. I'm fine. There we go. Okay, it worked finally. Uh, what was the plan? Maybe to show you the piece. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I wanted to show you the comments. That's it. The bots learned quick. Yeah, not a single bot on that post. I see Jovan supported me too. Seeing Blue even bought this post. It is a very blue flower. Seeing Blue is one of the bigger creators on the platform. He has like 25,000 US dollars worth of liquidity in his profile, which is essentially like, what does that mean, Melt? It means it's healthy. It means like it has a beating heart. All right. If it was a creature, it has a good heart in it. If there's no liquidity, your creature is essentially dead. That's one way to understand it. This scarf shirt combo is nice. It does fit, right? Feels like they were made for each other. Thank you, Jean. Yeah. Here's the comment section on that flower. It's not loading properly, but it's there. You do believe. So this is the first comment that I posted. I go, I have successfully played the Ruggers game better than them. I will eat you alive. Bots are not. I will become a cyborg, go full BCI if it means winning against those that want to take my supporters for a ride. I won't let you steal from my friends. Try again next time, Squarey and Pepe, because those are the two people that, like Pepe, Squarey, yay and nay. Like there's a few of them that people know. These are the assholes. I have successfully played the Ruggers game better than them. I will eat you alive, bots or not. I will become a cyborg to go full on I will become a cyborg, go full BCI if it means winning against those that want to take my supporters for a ride. I won't let you steal from my friends. Try again next time, Squarey and Pepe. Where's Ye and Zoros? Some of the other people that also do the same shit. And then one of the people, the Squarey, actually like walks away with a loss. So literally has to walk away with less money than he came with. Right? Like I'm the house and I won. And you get to now walk away feeling sad for yourself, fucker. I'm sorry, I'm getting so riled up about this, but good. Good. This is my pride that I'm defending. And then someone, and like this is me being mean, and they are technically still supporting my work. Are they? Nope, they're not. They actually did sell. I'm not surprised. They probably just bought to comment something, right? But they also walked away with less money. You get fucking not actually. They still have their 18 cents. They get to keep their full 18 cents. Let them keep it. But then, right, that person goes, you think people are just buying for a free ride? Remember, every buy carries risk when someone else sells. If you only want to profit for yourself, then what makes you different from the scalpers that you are mocking? Wise creator, isn't it? Like calling me stupid offhand. And I'm like, are you must be fucking like really retarded. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, you're no better than the people scalping your work for profit. It's like, what are you fucking on about though? I'm the one who made the work. That's like going and watching a freaking movie and then finding out afterwards that the studio that made the movie is profiting from the movie you just watched. Like, oh yeah, can you believe these fucking execs wanting to make a return on all of the work they did? Yeah, they're no better than people scalping tickets and then selling them at a premium. It's like, no, fucking on about it. You must be like super stupid. And then I reply, of course. I say, go and check my activity. Again, remembering, right? The internet remembers all. Go and check my activity and all of my other posts. Triopatra. I don't sell my post for creator coin as the liquidity in my work is supposed to serve as a safety net for me and my supporters. I'm not here to make money, but to build something valuable. There is more than $1,000 worth of liquidity for me to rug if I wanted to. But I would be killing the momentum of my work. These people that micro rug do the same on a small scale. Before the bots came, my work had way more supporters because people knew that they were real supporters and what I stand for. They were real supporters of what I stand for. And I'm going to keep making my art. And I'll only take money from those that have proven themselves scammers. They also change their usernames over and over because they know the community notices and hates their guts. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll I'll be so giddy, Sam. Maximum Bogidieth. Right? I also am not smoking weed again. You might have noticed that there is no weeder smokers happening today. And that is also already acting as a what's the word I'm looking for? Um, I want to say the word stimulant, but it's not technically, right? The lack of weed is definitely not a stimulant, but it can be a accelerator, let's call it. Yes, an accelerator for some of the skizzy brain thoughts that I have. It is going to be a little bit of a while again. Let's notice together what I'll be remembering. It is especially in moments like these that I feel called to. It's because I've like already riled myself out, and then after I've riled myself out, I feel like I'm in a good setting, and then I usually go into calming myself down. There's no calm to be had. No. No, no. Not when it comes to the things of the heart, right? The things that matter to me. I am happy to be creating on that platform. And I am happy that those that tried to steal from me remembered. They remembered. and I'll let them remember. I was kind of, this is the other side of it. I was kind of bummed, just like a little bit, like 1% bummed that the bot didn't come back today. Right? I thought they would be a little bit more stupid. I thought they would keep giving me more of their money for a while, but no. I hit them with a plank hard enough that they stayed down. Pushes the plank against them. Are you okay? No, they're not okay. Fucking $1.20. Where we direct our consciousness, where thoughts goes, energy flows. We have a limited 24 hours in a day. How are we using that time? That's what Sober September will help me focus on. That's good, Shaw. I've been thinking about the same. I've been intending to dedicate more of my energy towards my well-being. All right, to focus, as you said, to focus on my well-being. I am feeling really good in general, right? I do notice I started supplementing some of my potentially lacking vitamins, amongst them being like K2 and vitamin D. There's like a bunch of other stuff in there as well, amongst them being some lion's mane. Then I have a B vitamin supplement that has a lot of B12, like 40,000% of my daily necessary intake. I don't know why it's that much. I'm guessing that it's hard for your body to absorb it or something, but 40,000%, I guess this is appropriate. Then I have a magnesium supplement and some omega 3s. And just taking those have had me feel a little bit more baseline okay. I become and am very aware of things changing in my conscious experience. If my thoughts don't propagate as fast as I want them to, or my ability to process information seems to be stunted, I'm very upset usually about it. I usually try and like make the most of it, continue despite it. But it seems that since I started supplementing, started remembering to take care of myself, started focusing on the small things that I had control over, that my body seems to be significantly less taxed, less brain fog, less sleepiness, less lag, I feel. Hmm. I take a moment to notice all of the sounds around me for a second, to remember that there are a bunch of things making sounds around me. I am so very aware of the fact that my brain is processing information in a different way right now. It's not necessarily bad, but I can just feel that part of me that's critical, right? I can be very critical. Is it bad being critical? I wonder. But I can be. One of the other words we like to use is pedantic. Highly pedantic. And uh, Mary usually helps me just chillax just a little bit. I remain pedantic, but I can be okay with it if I'm in a little bit more of a softened state. When I find myself in these moments, right, again, I get critical. Right? I want to control things. I want things to be the way that I would like for them to be. I would like to have all of the interesting things to say. I get in my own way. The very first time I ever did Sober October, I don't know if you friends remember me telling you back then, but I had a pretty significant amount of anxiety heading into the sobriety because I, in part at the very least, believe that some of my flow, some of my capacity to share novel thoughts in this space came from being in a novel state, right? And I thought that if I stopped, then I would suddenly be a little bit less interesting, and as a result, fewer people will show up. And I can't with confidence say that that didn't happen, right? But I can with confidence say that it didn't stop me, right? In the same way that I like, maybe I should do this and see if it's in my head or if it's in reality the way I think it is. This is the wrong one. Let's see. Nope, it's still the way it is. Maybe this is it. Like that's where I'm at right now. It's like I feel unengaged, you know. That's kind of where I'm at. It's like to give you my full spectrum of internal feelings. It's like maybe it's because there's not many comments, right? It's like that definitely is acting as an extra deterrent. What I'll do is I'll just keep this space open and I'll do something else. Uh, if you friends want to engage with me, I'll be here ready. For now, I am still kind of tab open in the back of my head, reminding myself of the fact that I didn't post my freaking Patreon flower yesterday. I don't even think I color corrected my flower yesterday. No, I didn't. Did I? No. Yeah, we're just gonna chill. I still have to pick a flower. No. I think it's this one. I was feeling earlier that it was kind of hard to engage with the Zora stuff. I get you, Sam. I get you, Joe. Sorry. That's why I kind of like moved on from it. Guess there's probably not much one can say. I was gonna try. I was like, I tried at the start. All right, I tried at the start, being like, "Oh yeah, you know, the way that we remembered." And then Sam was like, "No, I in fact don't want to remember." And I feel like that also did kind of uh, take some momentum. Yeah, I think this one's good. I'm gonna bring it out like this. I don't know if your friends will see what I'm doing, but at least you'll have kind of a perspective. I'm so aware of the sensitivities I have towards the sounds in my environment right now as well. Like I can hear a chicken clucking. It's driving me insane a little bit. The crickets I'm kind of fine with, and the dove sounds I'm chill with as well. But it's just that cluck cluck, cluck cluck, cluck cluck. Having my sensitivities ceaselessly peaking. It's like having the gain on a bunch of different senses turned up really high. There we go. It is color corrected. I still don't know if I'm completely happy, but I don't think that's the flowers' fault. Drunk. All right. Hey, Sandra. It's nice having you here, Nancy. We're having a day of remembering, and I remembered in the midst of stream that I forgot to complete my work from yesterday. So I'm making sure to do so. I'll just actually talk to it directly. I would like help with a poem. Today, it was supposed to be, or yesterday, technically, it was supposed to be about forgetting. And you wouldn't believe, but I ended up actually forgetting to post the flower and, attach the associated poem with it. It's funny to me, kind of. It feels apt, even, that I forget on the day that I talk about forgetting. I'm talking about remembering right now, and of course, I remembered that I forgot in the midst of this discussion. I want this poem to reflect this energy of forgetting, how it can be seen as something beneficial, how we seek out forgetting things, but also how that forgetting leads to remembrance and how we might end up forgetting the things that we actually don't like remembering, and we like remembering the things that we do like remembering. I want this poem to like reflect the whole forgetfulness thing, but especially so in the way where it's made a little bit light. I can be very hard on myself when I forget things, and I want this poem to reflect a little bit more of a softened approach, a reminder, if you will, that even if you forget sometimes, you'll still be remembered. I'm sitting in an airport without my headphones, waiting to board, so I can't hear what Melt is saying. CC doesn't work. You should be able to see what I just said, all right? Bless you, Nancy. Unforgetting. Of course, I forgot. On the day meant for remembering. Isn't that just how forgetting works? Always showing up right on time. I laughed when I noticed because maybe forgetting isn't failure at all. Maybe it's the body saying, set it down, you don't need to carry everything. We spend whole lives seeking forgetfulness in sleep, in music, in dance, in love, the bliss of laying the heavy things aside, and still forgetting has a rhythm. It clears the clutter, makes space for surprise, turns absence into presence, because when we forget, we also get to remember. And the sweetest part, the world remembers us anyway. Ooh, ooh, that's major trash, as we say. I can like feel it like trying to shoehorn my topic into a poem directly. And I mean, I do wanted to do that. That is what I asked for. But I wanted to do it tastefully. And I want to not see the shoehorn. I should just have the foot slide into, right? So let this be the reminder for getting, yeah, that is, how do you say, not good. I'm sorry, Chipyatia. Let's think about it this time. I want you to really think about it, bro. Think about what forgetting means. You know, how much people have forgotten in our reality, right? Even liken it to the fact that literally more has been forgotten than what is known right now, right? I want it to be interesting. I want this person to feel like they're remembering things about themselves in the reading of this poem. Yeah, yeah. Machine. It's thinking this time. This time it's thinking. You have to tell it to think. You can't push a button anymore. I don't know how I feel about that part, but it listens at least. I'm okay with that. It's like thinking. I'm thinking for a better answer. Thinking. I'm thinking. It's still thinking. It's really thinking about this one. Let's see. Let's see if thinking improves the quality of poetry. This is kind of how the process goes. You friends get to see a part of it that I usually do behind closed doors. I see it very much like this dialogue with meaning, right? Like I want a certain feeling to be portrayed, and I can, I have portrayed feelings myself, but I find it's prohibitively expensive for me to do so. Takes me a really long. The Museum of Unremembering Things. The Museum of Unremembered Things. Sounds a little bit more fascinating. Let's see if it's any good. It's still going. Oh wow, this is a fucking big one. Yo. I think you might be overdoing it a little bit. Is this too much? Let's see. Of course, I forgot. On the day I was celebrating, forgetting, cosmic timing. Somewhere, a bureaucrat in the sky stamped my file approved. Here's the bigger joke. Most of reality is already lost to memory. Ooh, you see, this is already. I'm not. Am I getting goosebumps? I'm getting close to getting goosebumps. Most of reality is already lost to memory. More has been forgotten than will ever be known. Unnamed stars, extinct colors, and a password you keep resetting. The face you loved in a crowd, then couldn't place tomorrow. Forgetting isn't a glitch, it's the operating system. It edits, it composts, it makes room. I forgot the flower. The flower did not forget to be a flower. It opened anyway, unbothered by my upload schedule. Bees left 5-star reviews I've never read. We act like memory is the museum, but look closer and see forgetting is the curator. It walks the halls at night whispering, this stays, that goes, leave space for light. What you forget is often pollen. What you remember, if you give it time, becomes honey, sweet, distilled, portable meaning. And you, reader, yes, you are the remembering. You are remembering yourself right now, aren't you? Again, I can feel the shoehorning. This, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the shoehorning. I'm like, I'm gonna just put this in here. It doesn't really go here, but I'm gonna put it here anyway. Some small click inside. Oh, right, me. Not the list, not the costume, not the spin, the person who feels the sun through the list. Here's a practice I learned by accident. When I misplace the moment, I check my pockets for three true things: breath, weight, warmth. If that fails, I let the day reintroduce itself. Hi, I'm Tuesday. I brought clouds. Like it wants to be good. A part of me wants to like it, but the other parts of me doesn't. And I'm like, you'd be amazed how often this works. We think forgetting is betrayal. Sometimes it's mercy. It let the old story loosen its grip so a truer one can take your hand. You see, I like lines like that. That's good. That is some good stuff. Because meaning isn't what we hunt and cage, it's what keeps meeting us unannounced. Whenever we stop arguing with the hour, we don't discover it like treasure, we become it by paying attention. So, yes, I forgot the flower, and in the empty space it left, I noticed the vase, the light, the table, scar from some other celebration, the way the room was already holding me. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Giapietier. Like, you had some good lines. I really did enjoy the first bit, you know, the celebrating, forgetting. Of course, I forgot the cosmic timing. I really enjoyed the line, most of reality is already lost in memory. More has been forgotten than we'll ever know. Like, I like that kind of direction with it. I feel like you focused on the flower a little bit much. I make digital flowers, so they don't technically go in vases, and they don't technically bloom. Technically, I don't need you to mind that. I just need you to be aware of it in the writing of this next poetry. Something that's very important to me, and I can feel it as I'm reading these, is that there's a lot of shoehorning happening, where you're like trying to put everything in the poem that I told you I want in the poem, instead of hearing what it is I'm saying, right? Like, instead of really absorbing the true depth of what forgetting means to the average person, I want that depth to be explored. I don't want you to talk about exactly what I talked about. I want you to almost take take everything I've said and almost reply to me in poetry. Can you do that? Let's see. Let's see. Machine, will you do as I ask? Got it. Oh, I didn't tell it to think about it, so it's doing it quick. For a reply on forgetting, it's really talking to me now. I did ask for it to do that, but let's see. Of course you forgot. How could you not? The world is mostly forgetting. Streets forget the feet that wore them down. Skies forget the storm that once carried, and you, you're stitched together from things you'll never recall. We, rep- we pretend memory is the backbone of self. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps again. That's a good line. We do pretend. We do pretend that memory is the backbone of self. Mm. But it's the forgetting that holds us upright. Without it, we'd collapse under the weight of all we've seen. Think of this: more has slipped away than has ever been kept. Civilizations crumbled into dust, names unspoken into silence, moments dissolved like sugar in water, and still something hums beneath it all, a pulse that remembers without words. So maybe forgetting isn't absence at all. Maybe it's the secret architecture, the room that clears itself so you can walk in fresh. And maybe what you're really chasing isn't memory but recognition. That brief flash when you feel yourself as if for the first time, though you've always been here. Forgetting then is a mercy, a way the universe resets the canvas so your art, your flowers that aren't flowers, can bloom in new directions without the clutter of yesterday's garden. Cosmic timing, you said. Yes, forgetting is the rhythm, remembering only the beat we occasionally catch. That's good. That is getting there. That to me is no longer just like straight up Botrashieth. Is there something I find lacking? Mm, mm. It shoehorned at the end there a little bit, but it did it in a way where I was like, okay, I can still bear with it. Can bloom in new directions without the clutter of yesterday's garden. I accept. I am going to edit myself a little bit. I even edited in the reading of it as well. It should be fun. 1697. Ooh, pain. Reply on forgetting. All right. That took me 23 minutes. And that's me rushing it as well. That's without the actual making of the flower part. All right. Having help. Having help and it takes me 23 minutes. Remembering. More has been forgotten than is known right now. What a thing to think about. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me, for sharing some of this space. I'll now say goodbye, and I'll see you, friends, again tomorrow. Hopefully, by tomorrow, you'll forget how awkward I was. Join me again. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. It was a pleasure sharing this space. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye. I love you, friends.